Okay, welcome back to my class. Today we'll discuss problems of deficient demand. Firstly, we'll discuss what is the meaning of deficient demand. Then we'll discuss what are the causes of the deficient demand. Then we'll discuss what are the impact of deficient demand in the economy. So let us see what is deficient demand. Deficient demand refers to the situation when aggregate demand is less than aggregate supply corresponding to full employment level of output in the economy. It means aggregate demand is less than aggregate supply corresponding to the level of full employment. Suppose economy has planned that aggregate demand should be equal to suppose 1000 units, suppose, and aggregate supply means planned output into the economy also will be 1000 units. This is the planned aggregate demand, this is the planned output of the economy. But what happens? Actual aggregate demand, this is actual aggregate demand, and this is, let us see, it only 800 units into the economy. So here what happened? The aggregate demand is 800 and the aggregate supply is 1000. So certainly here there is a gap of how much units? 200 units. So this 200 units we call it deficiency in demand. This is deficient demand, and this gap we call the deflationary gap. Let us see, the deflationary gap is the difference between actual aggregate demand and the planned aggregate demand corresponding to the level of full employment. We can explain the actual demand, means we can explain the deficiency demand and deflationary gap with the help of a diagram. Let us take one diagram to explain the problem of deficient demand and the problem of deflationary gap. We can take, let us see, income, output and employment on x-axis, and we can take, let us say, aggregate demand and aggregate supply on y-axis. This line we are knowing, this is the aggregate supply, this is also equal to the national income, this is 45-degree line, and we are knowing this is the aggregate demand. So aggregate demand is equal to C plus I, this is, so this aggregate demand and aggregate supply both intersect at this point, and this point we can say is the equilibrium point where aggregate demand and aggregate supply both are equal. This E is known as full employment equilibrium. But what happened, I told you, in the economy sometimes the investment decreases. Suppose if investment decreases into the economy, this is C plus I minus change in I, minus means decrease into the investment, and because of decrease in investment the new equilibrium will be formed at less than the level of full employment. A new equilibrium is formed at point F. Let us see, this F is known as underemployment equilibrium. Underemployment. This is underemployment equilibrium. F is the underemployment equilibrium. So when economy is passing through the situation of underemployment equilibrium, in these cases, let us see what happens. We can give one point over here. We can name G, we can name here M. So let us see what happened into the economy. Here we can write deficient demand, and deficient demand is also equal to a deflationary gap. And let us see what happened. Deficiency demand is equal to, let us see, this is planned aggregate demand. Planned is planned aggregate demand. This is planned aggregate demand, you can say AD0, and minus actual aggregate demand, AD1. So let us write, planned aggregate demand means required aggregate demand. The required aggregate demand was EM into the economy, but actual aggregate demand is GM into the economy. So plant aggregate demand is EM and actual aggregate demand is GM. And let us see the difference between these two. This difference we are seeing, and this difference we call deflationary gap. Deflationary gap. This deflationary gap, EG, we can say EG, E and G. EG is known as deflationary gap, and this gap is also known as deficient demand. So in case of deficient demand, let us see what happened. If you'll see here, you will find that there is the underutilization of resources. Underutilization of resources. It means all resources are not utilized into the economy because of falling to the investment. The resources become idle into the economy. It means the human resources are not utilized. Other natural resources are not utilized fully into the economy. And then what happened? The economy attained the equilibrium less than the level of full employment. Economy should attain the equilibrium at E, but in actual practices, the economy is attaining the equilibrium at point F, and this is underemployment equilibrium. So underemployment equilibrium gives us the deflationary gap into the economy. So let us see what are the causes for the deficiency in demand. What are the causes for the deficiency in demand? Let us see. What are the causes? Causes. So causes for the deficiency in demand. So the most important causes for the deficiency in demand is the decrease into the money supply, decrease into the circulation of money. If the circulation of money into the economy is less, then certainly what will happen? The disposable income of the people will become low. If the disposable income will low, then consumption will be low. So we can say, let us see the causes for the deficiency in demand. Causes for the deflationary gap is the decrease in consumption, expenditure. It means consumption expenditure into the economy has fallen down. The people, they used to buy less and less goods into the economy because of the low level of income into the economy. So this is the first cause. The second cause is the decrease in investment. Decrease in investment, expenditure. Let us see, you are knowing investment expenditures are made in order to earn more and more profits. But what happened? The economy is passing through the situation of deficiency in demand. It means producers, they have already unsold a stock of goods. So whenever the producers, they have unsold a stock of goods, certainly let us see, they will not induce to produce, rather they will cut down the production of goods and services into the economy. So when they will cut down the production into the economy, then certainly they will reduce the employment. When they will reduce the employment, the unemployment will increase into the economy. So this is the second cause, is decrease in investment expenditure, decrease in government expenditure also. Decrease in government expenditure. Let us see, we are knowing the government expenditure used to increase the level of income of the people into the economy. But if the government thinks that no, that government expenditure should be cut down, then what will happen? The actual aggregate demand will decrease into the economy. When actual aggregate demand will decrease, then certainly what will happen? The output will be more into the economy, and the demand of the goods will be less into the economy, and this will leave the gap, and that we call the deficiency in demand. Another we can say, let us say, is the, we can say this decrease in exports. Decrease in exports. Exports also has fallen down. If the export is there, then certainly aggregate demand will increase, but here the export has fallen down, and there is the increase in imports. Increase in imports. So increase in imports, another one we can say rise into the taxes or increase in taxes. Increase in taxes. So if the tax rate will increase into the economy, the disposable income will decrease. If the disposable income will decrease, the consumption of the people will decrease, the consumption expenditure will decrease. So we have seen that these are the different causes for the deficiency in demand. Let us see what are the consequences or what are the impact of the deficiency in demand or deflationary gap. Impact or the consequences. Let us see the impact of deficiency demand, impact of deficient demand, impact of deficient demand. The first impact we can discuss in case of impact on output. Impact on output. Let us see, we have already seen that the aggregate demand is less than aggregate supply. The planned output is more, whereas the actual aggregate demand is less. It means that in the economy, what happened? The consumption is less in comparison to the production of goods and services. And whenever, let us see, the consumption demand, investment demand, government demand of goods and services are less in comparison to the production of the goods and services, then what will happen? There will be the unsold stock of goods into the economy. So here what will happen? There will be unsold stock. Unsold stocks will increase into the economy, and whenever there is unsold stocks into the economy, then producer will cut down the production. So producers will decrease the production. Production will decrease. Here, unsold stock will increase and production will decrease. When the production will decrease, then certainly what will happen? The output will fall into the economy. So one of the important impact of the deficiency demand or a deflationary gap is that production or means the output decreases, whereas unsold stock increases. Let us see what is the impact on employment. Impact on employment. Impact on employment. I told you, let us see what happened. There is underutilization of resources. Underutilization of resources in case of deficiency demand. Deficient demand is a situation in which there is underutilization of resources. Resources are not fully utilized. Human resources are not fully utilized. Then other natural resources are also not fully utilized. Machineries or capitals are not fully utilized. Land and buildings are not fully utilized. Human resources are not fully utilized. Certainly what will happen? There will be the increase into the unemployment. So in case of deficiency demand, unemployment will increase. Unemployment will increase. And let us see, so in case of deficiency demand, the employment will not increase, but rather it will fall. So employment will decrease. It means unemployment will increase. Let us see the impact on prices. Impact on general prices. General prices. Here the production is more and demand is less. The people that the planned output is more, whereas the actual demand of the goods and services into the economy are less. There is already unsold stock of goods. Inventory has increased into the economy. That inventory is lying with the producers. Then what will happen? The producer, they will try to let us see this reduce the inventories, reduce the unsold stocks. So in order to increase the sale, they will cut down the prices. So in order to increase the sale, producer will decrease the prices. So in case of deficiency demand, the prices, the general prices of goods and services will fall down. And in this case, let us see what we have seen. This output will fall, means output means production will fall. Then employment will also fall, and the prices of the goods will also fall. The prices, and let us see here, inflation will not take place, rather deflation will take place. Deflation is just reverse to inflation. So the prices of the goods will fall down in case of deficiency demand. The production will fall down, the employment will fall down, the prices of goods and services will also fall down in case of deficiency demand. I think this concept is clear to all of you. Okay, thank you.